Welcome to Weekend Update from Death Curse Society for March 29th. Every Friday we run down all the horror news that you need to know. Sorry we missed you last week, but we were in Chicago for Days of the Dead. I'm Red Crank. Let's get to the news. The horror world went into an uproar last October when news of Melissa Barrera's firing from the next installment of the Scream franchise went public, but the actress has stayed relatively quiet until now. In a recent interview with The Hollywood Reporter, Barrera opens up about her unexpected exit from the film, which was attributed to her early support for Palestine on social media. Her post, which compared the conflict in the region to genocide and ethnic cleansing, were enough for production company Spyglass to terminate her and release a statement in November stating, "We have zero tolerance for anti-Semitism or the incitement of hate in any form, including false references to genocide, ethnic cleansing, Holocaust distortion, or anything that flagrantly crosses the line into hate speech." Barrera said concerning her exit from the Scream franchise, "None of this makes me happy. It was just all sad because I really deeply care about the franchise. It's just bad that it had to happen like that." Now, Barrera is promoting her new movie, Abigail, from the directing team Radio Silence, who previously helmed Scream and Scream 6. Matt Bettinelli-Olpin, one half of the Radio Silence duo, said, "Melissa is incredibly strong. You see it in her performances. When you're friends with her, you feel it in just being with her." Barrera adds, "All I can say is that it is very important for me to raise my voice for those who don't have one. It seems weird to have a platform and not use it for that." It wasn't just Barrera who left Scream 7. Jenna Ortega quit in solidarity with her on-screen sister, and Radio Silence was replaced, temporarily, by Christopher Landon. Tyler Gillett, the other member of Radio Silence, says the choice to leave the franchise was not theirs. "We got exited," he says simply, which Bettinelli-Olpin confirms. Bettinelli-Olpin continues, "We'll be sad that there's not going to be an end to the Sam Carpenter story, but in our minds, we designed Scream 6 so that the story feels complete." Since news has come out that Neve Campbell will be returning for Scream 7, Barrera declines to comment if she has spoken to Campbell at all, but praises other cast members like Jasmine Savoy Brown, Liana Liberato, and Jack Quaid, who have remained by her side. Ultimately, Barrera doesn't completely rule out a return for her portrayal of Sam Carpenter, but chances are pretty slim for now. She says, "I've learned to never say never, but also a lot of things would have to happen for Sam to come back. For now, next page, next chapter, and then we'll see what the future holds." Her next page, Abigail, opens April 19th, 2024. After the success of Ready or Not in 2019, it was inevitable that a sequel would eventually happen. According to the Snyder, that time is now. Based on Jeff Snyder's report, Ready or Not 2 is currently in development, with Samara Weaving set to return as Grace. Adam Robitel is in negotiations to direct. So, what happens after Grace defeats her in-laws and escapes certain death? We'll have to wait and see whether we're ready or not. I know, cheesy joke. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Even though the killer doll of your nightmares has been making big moves on television the last few years, creator Don Mancini hasn't given up hope on returning to the big screen. During a chat with the Scream Dreams podcast, Mancini admitted he is in development on a new film in the original Child's Play film franchise. Mancini says, "Like anyone in this business, I want to do more things. At this point, though, if it's only Chucky, I'm totally cool with that. I have other things I want to do. I'm working on a new pilot. I'm also actually in the early stages of working on a new Chucky movie. At this point, my goal is just to keep working." The Child's Play franchise includes 7 films, with the final installment being Cult of Chucky in 2017. A standalone remake was released in 2019 to mixed reviews, and the Chucky series debuted on Sci-Fi and USA Network in 2021. The second half of the 3rd season returns April 10th, 2024. Saw veteran Shawnee Smith returns to horror with the upcoming feature Bloodline Killer, which releases April 26, 2024, and we received a trailer this week. The terrifying horror thriller follows Moira Cole, who endeavors to rebuild her shattered life after the murder of her family at the hands of her deranged and obsessed cousin. Ante Novakovic directs from a script by Anthony and James Gaudioso. A second season of the anthology series Them is finally headed to Prime Video on April 25th, 2024, and the trailer arrived this week. Them, The Scare, centers on LAPD homicide detective Dawn Reeve, who is assigned to a new case, the gruesome murder of a foster home mother that has left even the most hardened detectives shaken. Navigating a tumultuous time in Los Angeles with a city on the razor's edge of chaos, Dawn is determined to stop the killer. But as she draws closer to the truth, something ominous and malevolent grips her and her family. The second film in the Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey series just left theaters for its limited 3-day run, but plans are already underway for a third film and larger cinematic universe? Are you fucking kidding me right now? Really? According to Variety, Jagged Edge Productions will produce Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey 3 with a bigger budget and new characters from the original stories, including Rabbit, Heffalumps, and Woozles. There are also films in the works based on Bambi, Peter Pan, Pinocchio, Sleeping Beauty, and more, which they intend to converge into one epic revenge film. Pooniverse, Monsters Assemble. What a terrible fucking title. In 2025. Pooniverse? Pooniverse. Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey 2 earned almost $360,000 in its 3-day run in theaters through Fathom Events, which is a little more than half of its predecessor's domestic opening of over $652,000. The original film went on to gross almost $5 million worldwide. $5 fucking million? I can't with this anymore. I can't. Bikers vs. Werewolves released a teaser this week, but the Jake Busey starring feature is still seeking finishing funds on Indiegogo. As bikers roll into a forgotten town during their journey to Sturgis, a night of respite takes a sinister turn when the rival gang transforms into werewolves, unleashing chaos and terror on the unsuspecting townsfolk. Michael Sue directs the film from an Adam Worth script. Death Curse Society member Orlando Rodriguez is also featured in the film, so we're personally excited for this one. That wraps up this edition of Weekend Update. As always, for more news and information, please visit our new and improved website, deathcursesociety.com. We update the site almost daily with news, reviews, film releases, convention information, and more. Stay on top of all the news in horror by following the website and all of our social media. On the next Monday Maniacs, we will be reviewing Ghostbusters Frozen Empire and Godzilla x Kong The New Empire. We'll probably even talk a little bit about Late Night with the Devil and Immaculate to wrap up a busy weekend in the theater. Join us live Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch, and be part of the conversation. Thanks for watching, and have a great weekend. Woo! The fucking Pooniverse? Get out of here.